I give thanks for reliable cassette players and batteries. Ahoy, ye pilgrims and Indian maidens! Ahoy, my friends! Ahoy, ye givers of thanks! Welcome, once again, to the Gaming Galleon. I'm Captain Raz, and I could not be happier to be spending a little time with you once again. It's something that, happens just a little too seldomly, doesn't it? Sometimes the week goes by, a few days go by, and you're like, man, I wish I could be back on a pirate ship again. I wish I could be on an adventure again. I wish I didn't have to do my usual humdrum life, and I could just give it all away and be a swashbuckler one more time. Well, thank God, my friends, we have something to give thanks for, because that's what we'll be doing today. We are docked presently in kind of a shady place. You see, we're in New York for Thanksgiving. For those of you who may be seeing this from across the pond, that is the time where America celebrates a day when the Native Americans of America and the immigrants from Europe got together and made a little peace and broke a little bread. And what that means for us Americans is we get to do the one thing we like to do 364 days a year, but for a good reason. We get to be gluttons. There's going to be a lot of food in about 24 hours, and there's going to be a lot of sitting around and jawing with family and friends, and maybe even a drink or two. So why are we sitting in New York? New York, specifically, on the corner of 77th Street and Central Park West. Well, my friends, we got a little shady, and there's a little tradition that I like to do every year called seeing the Macy's Day Parade. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I watch it every morning ever since I was a kid. Used to watch it with my family. Now it's a little harder for us to get together that early in the morning, so maybe we'll watch it over the phone, or even texting one another on Facebook, yada yada. But if you haven't seen the Macy's Day Parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, it is the largest, most exciting parade of the year for myself. Mainly because there's the tradition part of it, but it's just very magical. It's very fantastic. They have these gigantic balloons of cartoon characters like Underdog and Pikachu, and seeing them fly through the air, across all these big skyscrapers, amongst all these excited people in knit caps and mittens is such a treat. And then there's the floats. And the floats tend to have, everyone under the sun, from, country western stars to, the occasional politician to, again, more cartoon characters. And my personal favorite float is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle float, which it's just like, it looks like a place where the turtles would be fighting the foot soldiers. There's like a little sewer area in the bottom, and then there's like a top area up top, and there's always like some sort of top 40 celebrity hanging out on these floats singing songs, and usually lip syncing them, because with all of these different floats, it's very hard to have one person and all these voices, and being outdoors, it's very hard for one performer to sing accurately. So it's funny to watch them lip sync it. It's suspension of disbelief, to be sure. But it's good, wholesome fun, and there are very few holidays that start out as strongly as Thanksgiving. Halloween is a blast, but you usually got to wait all day to get there. Christmas is kind of a letdown come noon, because you've opened presents and it's like, well, what's left of the rest of the day? Maybe you have to go out and go somewhere and see family and stuff like that. But Thanksgiving, a lot of people have a lot to do. Mom is always slaving away in the kitchen, but you've all got that unifying couple of hours to watch the Macy's Day Parade. So we decided to be a little shady with the ship, and we did a little work on it in the dead of night, and we tried our best to make it look like a Macy's Day float. Now, we're not scheduled to run, and chances are, once Thanksgiving morning hits, they're going to be a little more regulated, but I figure if we can just kind of mix our way into all the floats, we can hang around, maybe catch a couple of the insider parties here in the city the night before Thanksgiving. Maybe get some pictures with some of our favorite cartoon characters. Watch one of those balloons get inflated. Just be in the mix, and then maybe we'll fly out via our hot air balloons in the dead of night, and then find like a safe place in Central Park to set the ship down so she's safe out of the way, and then watch the parade from the sidewalks with the rest of the civilians. So that's the plan. As for now, you may notice the lights are a little bit dimmed. Basically, we're not running on any power. Like I said, we wanted to keep ourselves a little bit on the down low. So I have dismissed most of the crew to go off and explore the city, have a good evening, and then come back, enough time so we're going to be ready to ship off if we need to in the morning. As for yours truly, the captain, it's not all about, barking orders and having a good old time and getting double the loot, which, by the way, the captain does get double the loot. I don't know if you ever knew that. Maybe a democracy, but I get double the loot of whatever we pick up. So I at least get that fringe benefit. But it is my responsibility to provide it, to give you folks out there a little more Galleon before our holiday. So here I am, virtually the last man on the ship. We're not going down, but we certainly have a responsibility to you out there to get a little adventure in, a few laughs. And so here we are. So, we fall upon what kind of game we play for Thanksgiving. Now, the biggest game out there for Thanksgiving, the natural answer is football. Well, we did that last year, and I felt we should at least give it a break. Now, there's a lot of football games out there. I guess I could have put it on autopilot. But I thought, there's got to be some other game out there in, this plane of existence that plays, that celebrates Thanksgiving appropriately. And it took a while. I was thinking, the first game I came across was Chicken Run for the Sega Dreamcast, which is basically this chicken who's trying to escape this pen from a farm. Kind of appropriate. It's kind of stealth-based. I actually played a little bit like Metal Gear Solid, believe it or not. But I couldn't, there was some sort of, and it would have been our first Dreamcast game. That would have been exciting. But for whatever reason, I couldn't get the stupid game to save. So as a result, I just felt like, I don't know, it was just like that particular disc, who knows what the problem is there. But I was like, well, geez, I got to figure out something. And then I realized, then it came to me. Well, you can always go to the old standby. There's one game out there that if you ever wanted to play a game about something, this is the place to go. And when I mean something, I mean seriously anything. Okay? Barring maybe a few, obscene topics. there's one place you can go to. I mean, if there's a Google for video games, it's this game. Okay? So let's give it a shot. On the corner of 77th Street and Central Park West, in celebration of Thanksgiving, I give you the ethereal wonder plane that is Little Big Planet for the PlayStation 3. Let's get started. Oh, let me get... There you go. Alright. So there's all kinds of action already going on. It's already bubbling. It's already waiting to play. It's waiting for me to get it started. Even when you set the controller down, this game refuses to rest. So here we are. This is me. Oh, let me get my headphones on. And it didn't take me long to get appropriately dressed for our little adventure. Seem to be having some spinal cord issues. But that's me. How are you? Hopefully, maybe. Why is it leaning over? Anyway, this is my pod. This is basically my my studio apartment in the plane that is Little Big Planet. And if you have no idea what Little Big Planet is, prepare to be blown. Prepare to get blown. Prepare to have your mind blown. Nobody sample that, please. Alright, let's get started. In front of me is a controller. And that's where all the magic happens, my friends. Where are we here? Thanksgiving, right? Well, what does Little Big Planet have to do with Thanksgiving? You'd be shocked. Let me just give you an idea. Let's just type Thanksgiving into the old Magiputer. And look at this. Thanksgiving, 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 Thanksgiving. There's no shortage of Thanksgiving levels. We could be playing Thanksgiving levels from here all the way until Thanksgiving morning if we wanted to. Okay? Now, I tried my best to be a little more picky and find a few levels that I thought were appropriate for today's holiday. And not just the history of Thanksgiving, but all the little things that you do on this great day of thanks. But I do think we should start with the basics. For anyone who's, maybe in a faraway country seeing this and has no idea what Thanksgiving is, let's give you a bit of a primer in this level called Thanksgiving Adventure. Now, every level that we're going to see today was made by someone. And I don't mean a developer. I mean someone who bought Little Big Planet for, 60, 40, 20, free, whatever they bought it for, and they designed this level. Okay? So let's see what this content creator has in store for us. Welcome to the Time Machine 300. Please hop in and don't move. Traveling back now to the year 1620. I guess this is a leap of faith? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a foggy day. Ah! Oh man, we're being run right out of England. Hey, get onto the boat before the king and his men find us. We're going! Oh no! Ah! Let's go! Welcome to the Mayflower Pilgrim. Let's gob before the king finds out. I'll go before the king finds out. Missing a bit of a space, Are we going? Okay, great. Hey, I believe we've reached the new world. Welcome, outsider. This is my homeland, and I would like you to go to our campsite over there. All right. Oh yeah, looking familiar? So here we are in America, 1620. Welcome to my camp, sack person. I need some help finding this strange bird with brown feathers. Will you help me? Okay, sure. Hunting trip? No problem. So the Indians and the Pilgrims get together for a little hunting. Oh! Okay. And they do a pretty good job hunting the turkeys. Meanwhile, back at camp, thank you, outsider. Run forward for the surprise. Alright. Oh! Oh, and here's the surprise! At the end of the day, we all get together for food. Lots and lots of food. Maybe a live turkey or two, and of course a banana. Okay. Hey, thank you! LBP is Little Big Planet. We didn't figure that out. Alright. And that's your little primer on Thanksgiving. Okay? I wouldn't exactly count on what we learned there if you had to take a test on Thanksgiving. But there's a little bit for you. And just on a side note, you'll notice I've kind of customized our little studio apartment here with just a little autumn trinkets and some skulls for a little pirate flair. But you know, all these little stickers and stuff and the outfits, that's all stuff that I did on my own. So in addition to making levels, you can make it pretty much anything under the sun. Alright, so let's find one more thing to do here before we come back for the booty segment. My cue. Okay, here you go. So just to show you all the different genres that are possible in Little Big Planet, if you're creative enough, here's a racing game. Now, we're on our own. But if you play this, you can play this up to 4 players. Bring a couple friends along, and boom, you're racing turkey legs. 2, 1, hit it! Okay. Now you know this could probably use a little music, maybe. And obviously, it would be a lot more exciting if we had some opponents. You know, maybe, oh! So there you go. I got through that pretty quick. Alright, there you go. There's like 10... That's not the only race you're gonna find in Little Big Planet. There are literally thousands. Thousands. There may... Although that's probably... To be fair, that's probably the only, that's probably the only turkey leg racing simulator you're gonna find on Little Big Planet. Okay, now one more thing. In addition to there being these levels, some people even make movies. So let's take a look at one Thanksgiving-themed movie I found particularly amusing. We'll get a good laugh. At least I will. I thought it was really funny. And then we'll come back out and hit the booty segment and see what's inside the old chest this week. Alright, let's get started. And trust me, regarding the chest, there's a lot to be thankful for. Here we go. Not cute. Thanksgiving Evil Turkey. Now again, you know, you can see how many people watched this, how many people liked it.
Man, this is a nice Thanksgiving, don't you think? So, can you just cook the turkey and, wait, the turkey's already cooked, so I'm just gonna go eat it. Okay, get the fork. Okay, got the fork. So, oh my God! Oh my God! Turkey!
Alright. Hold on a second for it, will you? Where are you getting that sound from? Got a little audio here that I don't want. Give me a sec. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, you'll notice, you know, there's people can leave messages. It's a very social game. Lot of heart, lot of laughs. When's the last time you saw a raw turkey, you know, attack a poor individual? In fact, that was me. Okay, but let's come back from that. Let's come back. Oh boy, here we go. A little behind today. I think the IPA's slowing me down a little bit here. All right, good. There we go. Okay, so that's Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet. There were 3 of them. This one here really focused. It was the first one. Really focused on platforming. The second one is excellent. The second one was where they really focused on trying to make it. This is really when the retro gaming market really hit, and a lot of indie games started making retro games like Shovel Knight. This is a couple years before Shovel Knight, but those kind of games where people really started getting back into pixelization, into 2D gaming, into the basics, the roots, and the developers really took that and rolled with it for this game. This is a great game if you're looking for, if you're a fan of 4-player mini games like Mario Party, shooters, shmups, you know, like Gradius, R-Type. So many great homages. And you know, what are we searching here today? Thanksgiving. You know, you got to be looking for something really obscure. You got to be typing in something very obscure into that search engine to not come up with something that you personally like. There's everything in here. I mean, there's millions and millions of levels that people have painstakingly taken the time to make. I highly suggest this game. And then finally, there was a third one. I never played it. I know it's for PS4 as well. I hear it's. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I think it had a slow start, network-wise. Hey, how you doing, man?
Pretty good.
So anyway, we. So yeah, those are great games. Okay, so let's get to the chest. Get started on this. So we got 3 deals here today. The first one is a lesson. Okay? The first one, I was at a store that never has video games, but they know me. Nice people. And I'm around there enough where they know that that's what I like. And they said, oh, we got this game. I walked in there. I only walk in there once a month or so. It's the place to go if I need like a specific wire or something. And I walked in there and they said, you basically need, or they said, hey, yeah, I got this game. And I know you're going to want it. It's a board game. And it's based off of Centipede. I'm like, that's pretty neat. Not bad at all. These came out in the 80s when Atari was king. And there's a number of them. There's Centipede. I believe there's a Pac-Man one. What a great shot there, by the way. Picture. I have Zaxxon. I know we have Zaxxon sitting in the hold somewhere. You know, that's how the game looks. I love that there's those little plastic guns happening there. Let me pull another one of these here. There you go. Check these guys out. I believe these are your pieces. Look at those. Those are pretty neat. Same one here. But yeah. So a few of these came out and you don't see them. You don't see them much anymore. And I don't really know how fun they are. But she's right. It's a board game and it's Centipede, so I'm going to want it. Now, like I said, I rarely go into this place because they never get video games in. I'm usually in there for wires. And I needed a wire. I needed a specific wire for, ironically, to hook an Atari 7800 up to my TV. And this was the place to go to. So I walked in there. She said she would have this thing for me. My last visit, she said, give me a few days. I'll have it in there. I'm like, okay, sure. Well, this is at least a month, maybe more, that I never went in there. And I was in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, it's just that Centipede game. She's like, ah. I'm like, ah, they'll sit on it for me, no big deal. So I show up there, and lo and behold, there it was. But here's the problem. By letting it sit, I had made it a lot more valuable. Now, she had a sticker on it that said like 99 cents. Now, I don't know if that was like prior to me, prior to her obtaining it, but basically, I knew she wasn't going to be asking for much. And maybe that 99 cents was what she would intended. Or maybe she was just going to give it to me. In fact, she's done that to me for me with certain things before that she thinks just has no value. But I allowed this thing to sit behind her counter for a month. And that was a mistake. Because someone came in, multiple people came in, many people came in and expressed interest and really wanted it. Now, she was, honorable. She'd already kind of promised it to me, so she wasn't going to sell it, but she made it clear that this was in demand, and now she knows. She even said, somebody asked her, offered her $20 for this board game. $20. All I have to say to that is, people, calm down. Just calm down, okay? I mean, jeez. I know this was an exciting time, but I mean, this thing is all frayed. Just calm down with your money. $20 for a board game of this caliber is just outrageous. It's just spending money just for the brand. I hate that. I don't think it's worth that. I mean, it is worth that. If you look on eBay, that's probably what it's going to cost you, somewhere around $20. But that's the world we're living in right now. Is retro's king. What can I say? But anyway, because of my sloth on this, I should have went in there quick, grabbed it, and gotten out of there. The day she said, I should have came in the next week. Should have came in there, grabbed it, and got out. But now she knows. Now she knows that this retro stuff's a little more expensive, and when she rung me up, she didn't ring me up for $1. She rung me up for $5. And obviously, I'm not in a position to negotiate. $5. If it was over $5, maybe I could have said $5. I would have loved to have said $3. That's what I was prepared to pay. And if I had gone in there at the right time, that's what I would have said. And I'm sure that's what she would have given me. But now she's got all these other people who have made it clear this thing holds value. And I was stupid enough to let them express that to her. So the lesson here is, if you know something's coming for you, and it's something you're interested in, you better get in there and get it before these other sharks come in here and let the cat out of the bag. All right? Okay, let's get to the real deals. All right, and we're behind, aren't we? We should already be going back a little bit. No, it's all right. We got time. All right. So this might be a nightmare shoot. We'll see how this goes. We got I walked into a pawn shop, and basically these were all sitting out behind glass amongst a myriad of useless DS games. You know how much shovelware's on the DS. DS and Wii, man, jeez. But these were sitting out. Someone gave them up, and I just happened to be there at the right time. I asked the lady behind the counter how much are the DS games in these days, and I always say DS games. Majority of what we're looking at here are 3DS games, but I always say DS games. I make them reach the conclusion that we're dealing with current generation stuff. We're dealing with 3DS, because that's just saying that 3 can add value. That can make you pay a little more. So if you can slide that under the radar that these are DS games and not 3DS games, I try to do that. So I say, you know, how much for the DS games? She says they're $5 each. We go over to the counter. I pick up 8 of them. And here they are. Right behind the glass. She opens up the glass. And I pick these up. Alright, now hopefully I've been dreading this all week, because while this is an awesome deal, you know how the autofocus works, and these things are so small. So let's see how it goes. I have the autofocus aimed if I have to... Anyway, let's just give it a shot. Alright, here we go. So first one here is Harvest Moon, A Tale of Two Towns by Natsume. You know, it's a Harvest Moon game. It's a farming RPG. You know, if you need to have an idea of the pedigree of this brand, the SNES version of this, you know, costs somewhere in the $200 to $300 range just for the cart. So, if I ever see a Harvest Moon game cheap, I buy them. And it's more than just being a valuable SNES game. These are a lot of fun. These are great games. I'm more of an Animal Crossing fan, but these are good. All right, you got Pokemon X for the 3DS. Kind of dropping in price these days a little more. There's a lot of Pokemon games out there. They're always going to be more expensive than, you know, your average shovelware, but they're really saturating the market. What a great game here we have here. Zelda, A Link Between Two Worlds. A Link Between Worlds. This game was made specifically for the 3DS. It's so good. So good. Very great game. I mean, it's the best Zelda I've played since Ocarina of Time. We've got the only Kingdom Hearts 3DS game, I believe. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I think it's a little too dark for the autofocus. Oh, there you go. That's pretty. And very dark lettering underneath the Kingdom Hearts. You see Dream Drop Distance. I don't know anything about this one. I kind of fell out of the Kingdom Hearts game after the very first one, so I don't know. But I thought it was worth picking up for 3DS. This was the first game I saw, and it was like it made me smile because I just knew it was going to happen. As soon as this game was released, I knew we were going to find it, and I knew we were going to find it for a good price. It's just all about patience. So here we are. We have Zelda Majora's Mask for the 3DS. This just came out last year, maybe 2 years ago. But it's still a very expensive game these days. It's the latest game to come out, Zelda game to come out for the 3DS, so it's still holding a pretty good amount of value. So even at $5, great deal there. One we had not found. I was very delighted to find this one. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. This is the sequel to Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. I've never played these. One day I'm going to sit down with Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. I have a feeling that game's got a lot of heart. I just haven't done it yet. This is an amazing game. Zelda Phantom Hourglass. It's the closest that Link ever got to being a pirate, because he mans a pirate ship in this game. And there are 4 seas to explore with islands. Very, very cool game. It's got that Wind Waker look to it. This was the original DS. And it had one of the most interesting Zelda puzzles in Zelda history. I won't tell you which one, but great game, Phantom Hourglass. If you find this one, play it. It's very much worth it. And then finally, a little more valuable than X, Pokemon Omega Ruby. Wake up, you. Wake up, you. Oh, yeah. Marvelous. He shows you a totally blown out game. Anyway, it's Omega Ruby. The last generation, this is still pretty recent. Pokemon Moon and Sun just came out. This was the last one to come out before it. So, pretty nice haul. You got some awesome RPGs here. You got some Zeldas. Oh my god. premium titles here, the Luigi's Mansion. So we had 8 games here. She said 5. I said, well, can you do a little lower? Since I'm getting, if I get, this many. And I'm trying to think of how this worked out, but it was funny. Oh yeah, I think she said, I said, can you go any lower? And I was hoping $4 each. But she said, well, we could do $4 each. So what's that come out to? $24? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it does. $24 for 8 games. That's exactly what it comes out to. So I don't know if this was her mistake, if she misspoke, if she thought it was cool to do $3 each on these. That's probably what happened. And she just misspoke. But anyway, we got all these for $24 out the door. That's pretty hot. What do you got? $3 each. And then one more deal we have, did a little work with Bismuth, and we were able to work out a little arrangement for some games here. This is the usual story of Bismuth giving me a little tip, me coming into ground zero, and him having even more by the time I get there. So, this is what he showed me via text. Had a little bag here, and inside the bag we had some more DS games, 3DS games. You got Batman Lego 2 there, which I just had and lost. There it is. Skylander Giants. I really got into Skylander lately, and I'd love to see what Skylanders is like on the 3DS, but here's another warning. There's actually a specific portal that you have to play this. So even if you have the figures and this game, you have to have an additional portal that's compatible with 3DS only. It's like infrared. I figured you'd put the figure onto one of the screens for the 3DS, but I guess that's wrong. You got Super Smash Brothers for the 3DS. Excellent game. That was number 3. Number 4 here was Pokemon White 2, version 2. And then the 5th game, Mario Kart DS. The only Mario Kart I've gotten into since Mario 64. This is a really good one. So, that was 5 going out the door. I saw the Pokemon, I saw the Smash, it's Biz. So I'm not going to nickel and dime the guy. So I said, what do you say, 20? And he says, who are you talking to here? I can do better than 20. And I was like, yar. All right. So I go in there the next day. He's got those. In addition to those, he's got a new Super Mario Brothers for the DS and Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance. I'm not sure if we had this. I know we had it for PS2. They ported this over to the PS2. Or maybe, was it the PS3? There's a compilation for PS3 that has this. And I think this might be on PS2 also. But anyway, I don't think we had the original, the Game Boy Advance one. So this is pretty cool. So, what are we looking at there? That was 5 games. 7 games. He pulls those out. And he says, how about we do $2 each on these? And I'm like, I'm in. Let me do a little shimmy around the store, see if there's anything else of interest. I do a little shimmy. We find Lego Hobbit. Basically, I picked this up because I think this is open world. I think we may have this for 360. But I don't know. So I figured it was worth picking up. The steel box of Halo 4. Just thought it looked pretty. Thought it looked cool. It's got 2 discs in there for 360. Alright. A personal favorite of mine, Two Worlds 2. I don't think we had this on 360. I got it on PS3, but we were talking $2 for it. I was like, God, it's too good to leave behind for $2. And then I smile when I see Ghostbusters because this guy still sells like hotcakes due to the movie, believe it or not. So all this out the door, I think he put it all together. And you know, I don't question people's logic when they give me good deals. But he said 16 out the door. 16 out the door for all this. We've already found a new home for Ghostbusters. So she's on her way out, and she will pay for all this here. And we also sold, on the other deal, Omega Ruby. Omega Ruby's going to say goodbye, and we're going to keep the remainder 7 DS and 3DS games we found in the previous deal. So we've already come back into the black on these deals. Pretty sweet. Just in time for the holidays. So that's what we got in regards to booty this week. Let's get back to Little Big Planet, okay? There's still more to see, still laughs to be had. Let's do another level that I found. We've already discussed the history of Little Big Planet. We've already learned of the history thanks to someone's hard work in a level. But now let's play another level called The Real Story of the Mayflower. Let's do it. It always likes to go back to this demo. It's just giving me time to do the harp. There we go. Alright. The Real Story. Oops, that's alright. The Real Story of the Mayflower. Let me get my headphones in here. No description here. The person who made this just says hi. And one of the comments here accuses the content creator of copying this level. Whatever that means. Alright, so here we are. Back in England, right? Alright. Oh. Alright, no problem. I expected a little more. Oh! Jeez. Okay. Creepy. I had no idea. I mean, I know the Pilgrims had a harrowing experience, but this tentacle's gross. Ah, jellyfish! Ah! Oh! Oh no! Ugh! Alright, I gotta be careful. We don't have all day. Come on, baby. Oh, I don't like those being in the foreground. Those are creepy. Careful now, careful. Whoa! Made it. Now what? Ah! Oh! Ow! I gotta get the pearl. Got it. Get. Oh no! Alright, no problem. We're good. If you're wondering, there are limited lives. But that is all dependent on what Oh, what the creator intended. Looks like I have 2 more lives left. And I would hate to die on this. This level's too cool. Oh, God. Ah! Oh, boy. Careful. Careful. Oh, look him up. Onward, my friend! Onward, my giant crabby friend! This is Mary before she's had her coffee. On we go! It's a Thanksgiving adventure! God, I could go for some crab legs right now. These bubbles, if you're wondering, that's Little Big Planet currency. It's points. Do they matter in this game? Depends on the level. Oh, there we go. Every time you step in a portal in this game, it's like entering a parallel dimension. You never know what rules apply. Now that I hit a checkpoint, I got my lives back, so that's good. Squids! Oh boy, he's a little rambunctious. That's Mary after her coffee. Ah! Ah! That's creepy. That shark's super creepy. Now what? Oh, I think we're getting back up to the surface. Thank God, we've got a Thanksgiving dinner to make it to. Now what? Oh, oh, oh! Oh my God! Run! Oh God! I want stuffing! Ah! No, 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 no! Grab the, no, no! Oh! God! That was painful. I thought I was supposed to ride that stupid squid. It was a decoy. We made it. Hit the anchor! Oh, we finally made it back to the Mayflower. Woo! Oh, it's good to be back on the boat. Jeez, oh Pete. Can I just get like a little cider or something? Ah! What a jerk! Oh! Jump off! Jump off! Oh my God, that was too much. Oh! Yeah, payback, baby! That's right. Mayflower, more like gunpowder. Where'd he go? Oh, he's still up! Oh, he's getting mad. We put 3 barrels in that shark. Oh my God! Kill him! No! No! Oh, jeez. We made it, gang. Let's give thanks. Woo! Huzzah! Thank you. Thank you. Woohoo! Alright. Okay, we got time for one more little thing here. I just want to show you this because this is just ridiculous. If you're gonna play Little Big Planet, you're always gonna see 10 million of these. This is a whole genre that was just created in Little Big Planet. One day somebody made this, and it was so addictive that everyone had to make one of the same genre with their own spin and theme. There's thousands of these on Little Big Planet, but you have to see it. All right, so here we go. Community, Q. Thanksgiving bomb survival. Okay, happy Thanksgiving from the developer. And we got hit by a giant turkey. Oh, well, there we go. It's turkey dinner time. Oh, get me out of here. Alright, and what's this button do? Okay. Oh. 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 Ah! Oh! Oh! And now the whole game is raining. C4 laced chicken legs. Turkey legs. Turkey legs. And all these poor... Oh, no, no, no! Oh! Alright. So that's it. It's... Thank you. It's score-based. How long can you last with the turkeys with all these bombs coming down? Again, there's like 10 million of those. There's everything from, like, you know, X-Men bomb survival to turkey bomb survival to, you know, I don't know, your mom bomb survival, who knows. Alright, one last little story here. One last little film. From our favorite Little Big Planet creator, film producer. Thanksgiving Evil Part 2. And then we'll wrap.
Thanksgiving. Dude, can't you sing a Thanksgiving song? Thank you. I want a turkey, turkey, turkey with a turkey sandwich. I want turkey, turkey, turkey with a turkey sandwich. I want turkey, turkey, turkey with a... Oh, God! No, not you again! Stop laughing at me! Stop! Stop it!
It's adorable, isn't it?
Please!
Oh, there's a twist.
Please!
Alright, thanks, guys. We'll leave it there. That's it. Alright, so that was Little Big Planet. There you go. Good old-fashioned Little Big Planet. Wow, let me tell you, I mean, I think I played this for my Little Big Planet years. Were years. Wow. I met a very good friend, Anubis, and Eve. Eve, our ship's artist, but Anubis was, you know, he's my dear friend. He's the only guy who can really speak Nintendo like me that I know of. So it meant a lot to play with him. Oh, I'm seeing an ad here. I'm going to keep running it out, though. I assume you guys can see. So let's get to the mailbag. We're running a little behind here. Okay? Well, we got a little more time left. But Little Big Planet can't suggest it enough. It's cheap, and as long as you have an internet connection, you're in good shape. Okay? Let me see. Do we have a question over here? Let me check. No, I don't think we have any questions. Looks like everyone's discussing turkey basting techniques, which is great. I can't wait to be at each and every one of your homes for dinner. Okay. All right, let's get a question here from the mailbag. Let's see what we got here. And, you know, I have to say, we're running a little low. I have to admit, we're running a little low in the mailbag department. That's partly my fault. I haven't transferred a lot of questions from our ethereal mailbag, but I'll have to work on that. This looks like a long one. Okay, so this is from Kreutzheimer. Kreutzheimer. Sounds like someone from across the pond. Listen, I love ships, But I've been thinking, what if we domesticated turtles and just kept breeding these gentlemen until they got huge and we started using them as transports and warfare? No one, not even the Finnish, would be able to stop us. Well, that's interesting. I guess you could hollow out their shells, maybe? I mean, where are you going to live? You're just going to sleep on top of the shell? Not a lot for creature comforts. I mean, maybe for warfare. They'd certainly be able to get up on land, you know, but I don't know. I think I'll stick with the ship. It's comfy. Ships are more comfy than you think. All right, well, thank you very much, Kreutzheimer. If you have a question for the mailbag, the bag that tells no tales, please feel free to write it to the gaminggalleon@gmail.com. All right? Okay, so that's it for our little Thanksgiving venture. I myself, I'm going to go meet up with the crew, and they've scouted out the good parties, and by God, I'm going to go join them. We'll enjoy the parade, the Macy's Day Parade tomorrow, and then we'll start dropping people off one by one at their respective homes so they can be with their families for dinner. And then next week, we'll do it all again. We'll have ourselves another grand adventure here on the Gaming Galleon. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and I want you to keep those imaginations going, okay? Don't ever let those imaginations run out of gas, all right? So until next time, this is Captain Raz giving many thanks to you and yours. And until we meet again, what I do to ye fair Spanish maidens? What I do, ye ladies of Spain? For we received orders for to eat up some turkey, and lo, nevermore shall we see ye again. I want some turkey, and a turkey sandwich. Keep your powder dry, mateys.